Good morning, students. In live classes we discussed some programs, basic programs. The last program was swapping of two integers without using temporary variable, isn't it? Before that we used to write with using temporary variables. So I had shown you how to code that without using temporary variable. A is equal to A plus B and B is equal to A minus B. Again A is equal to A minus B, isn't it? So these things we already discussed in the live class. So from now onwards for some days I will take recorded class. Again when I come to live class, let us discuss these things, but you need to write these things in your notes though it is a recorded class. So apart from those programs, some theory part is left in that chapter. So escape sequences. Next concept is escape sequences. Write down all of you. Escape sequences. Escape sequences. See, these are the characters and these are not a printable characters on the screen. They perform some functionality on the screen. For example, \n, \t. We already familiar with these two escape sequence. \n, it takes this character. What is the functionality of this character? It moves the cursor to the next line during execution. \t, it gives horizontal tabular space. So these two escape sequences we discussed. Apart from these two, many more escape sequences are there. So let us discuss one by one. So first \n, then \t, \v, \r, \b, \f. See \r, carriage return. So how does the functionality of this escape sequence? See, after displaying the content, for example, enter an integer. So this statement is displaying on the screen, output screen. So one thing you should understand, these escape sequences, it perform their functionality during execution of the program on the output screen. They are not a printable characters. They show their functionality. Okay. Now enter an integer. If I have written this instruction in cout statement in the source code, when you execute a program, this statement will be displayed on the screen. After this, if you had given \r, that cursor comes to the beginning of the line, that is carriage return, like a typewriter. ನಾವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ಕ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ನ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಲೈನ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಲೈನಿಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಯುಯಲಿ ತರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಆ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಕ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ದ ಕರ್ಸರ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಲೈನ್. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ \v vertical tab. If you give \t, then cursor comes vertical tab, not the next line. 8-bit vertical tab it gives. Then \b. If I give \b in the source code, what happens? So it will be erased and the cursor will come here. Backspace. It's like a backspace. Next \f, form feed. We call it as a form feed. It display a character like this. So this is \f. We call it as a form feed. Next escape sequence. If you want to display a text within double quotes on the screen. See, you should observe here. Usually how do we write instructions in a cout? What text or what string you want to display on the screen, it should be written in a double quotes. That is already you have come to know. See here. Welcome. If I write welcome like this within double quotes, on the output screen you will get only welcome, not double quotes. I want to display welcome within double quotes. Then how to write? I want to display it, isn't it? So you have to write backslash double quotes. Here, usually how do we insert backslash n here? Backslash n double quotes close. If you want to move cursor to the next line, how do we write escape sequence? Welcome backslash n double quotes close semicolon. Isn't it? This is the way. I want to display double quotes. I want to write this instruction or this message within double quotes. Then how to write? Instead of backslash n, I must give backslash double quotes here. Then how does it display? Welcome within double quotes. There is no starting double quotes. To give double quotes here, again you have to write backslash double quotes here also. ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಶ್ ಎನ್. ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು? ಹೌ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್? ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಶ್ ಎನ್. Wherever you want backslash, how do we write backslash n or backslash t? In the same way we can write backslash double quotes. Now I want to display message C++ backslash t C++ backslash t double quotes close semicolon. Then how it will be displayed on the screen? Assume this is a screen and it gives a tabular space here, then C++, again cursor moves here. In this way display. Instead of backslash t, if I give backslash double quotes, then the C++ will come in double quotes. If you want to give single quote, then backslash single quote. Here also backslash single quote. Then this text will be displayed in single quote. Understood? If you want to put a question mark here, so here I don't want question mark, here I want to put question mark, then how to write backslash question mark. Okay? So which character you want to display on the screen, then you have to write within backslash that character. So these are escape, only some standard characters are used as a escape sequence. All of you write down escape sequences. Okay? So in escape sequence, so can we write the definition? What is escape sequence? See, escape sequence, they are non-printable characters on the screen. Only we can come to know the functionality of those characters. Let us write the definition of escape sequences. Escape sequence is a special string. Escape sequence is a special string used to control output, used to control output on the monitor, they are represented by a single character. They are represented by a single character. Some are non-printable and but they show their functionality. Understood? Next, escape sequences. Backslash single quote. Write down all of you. Backslash single quote. Second, backslash double quotes. Backslash question mark. Then if you want to display backslash, again you have to backslash 0. It is called a null terminator. Backslash n, backslash t, backslash v, backslash r, backslash B, backslash F. These are the main escape sequences. Backslash A, one more, alarm sound. It gives alarm sound after displaying a message. If you write welcome backslash A, then welcome, then some beep sound will come. Backslash A. So this is about escape sequences. Understood? So I hope you have written this. Write in your notes. Next concept. This is very important one. Precedence of operators. Precedence of operators. See students, if an expression having multiple operators, then in which order that expression has to evaluate, that depends on the priority of operators. This is called precedence of operator. Which operator has highest priority, which has next priority, which has least priority. So these concept we call it as priority, or what is it, precedence of operators. So how do we define this? Write down. If an expression contains contains more than one operator, the order in which operations are carried out, is called as precedence of operators. Is called as precedence of operator. Understood? All of you write down this. So if an expression contains, means an expression having more than one operators. For example, A plus B star C. So this expression, this arithmetic expression having two operators, then which has to evaluate plus star. Star has higher priority than plus. Not only arithmetic operators, all logical operators, relational operators, bitwise operators also we can use in an expression, but in your syllabus they have given the examples on arithmetic operators and some logical operators. Write down the table. This is important table. Priority and operator precedence. Priority and operator precedence. Operator precedence. In your textbook, that in the material they have given more operators. I have taken only important operators. On that you have examples, and for those more operators you can go through the table and you have to remember the table, remember the operators and their priority. Now logical not operator, first priority, logical not operator, exclamatory. Next priority, parenthesis. Third priority, cap, that is power. Fourth priority, star, slash, and this one. Fifth priority, plus, minus. Sixth one, AND operation or operation. If you have increment and decrement, it comes here. Another increment operator, decrement operator idre, that priority comes after parenthesis. Okay. So you have to write this table. These are the important operators, and on these operators we have some examples. That's why I have written only few operators here, and remaining operators are there in the table, in that material. Once you go through that material and read those, and you need to remember ಯಾವ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಿಯಾರಿಟಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಡಬೇಕು ಅದು ನೀವಷ್ಟೇ. Now let us consider examples on it. First one, 3 plus 4 star 5 cap 6, or I'll take 5 star 2, 5 cap 2. So which is having highest priority? Cap, isn't it? This is first one, first. After that, 3 plus 4, in C++ that calculations will be done in this order. Star 5 to the power of 2, 25. Okay. Now star has the next priority, then this one 100. No, 25 into 4, 100. Third step, 3 plus 100. Now in the last step, this is third one, so it gives 103. In this order it executes it. One more example, 4 cap 2 star 5 plus 1. See which operator has highest priority? Parenthesis now. So first you have to simplify the parenthesis. First one, 4 cap 2 star 6. Next priority, cap, second. 4 4s are 16, 16 into 6, third. 96, 16 6s are 96. So this is third. It's very simple, no? It is almost all similar to mathematics only. Next, type conversions. We already discussed type conversions. Conversion from one data type to another data type is called type conversion, or we call it as type casting. Type casting andru ade, type conversions andru ade. There are two types. One is implicit type casting, another is explicit type casting. Implicit type casting means automatically it is done by the compiler. Explicit type casting, user has to convert one data type to another data type according to their requirement explicitly. So that we already discussed in the live class, and I had given an example also. So for some more examples, go through the material. More examples are there on that. And arithmetic, how do we write arithmetic expression in C++? Okay, so if I write A plus B plus C, it is arithmetic expression. How do we write in C++? Same, A plus B plus C. Second one, A plus B by 2, arithmetic expression. How do we write in C++? A plus B divided by 2. They'll give this arithmetic expression, this mathematical expression, and they ask you to convert into C++ expression. ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮಗೆ C++ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಬರೆಯೋದು, C++ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಬರೀತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ನಾವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ 2 pi r. In mathematics you will write like this, 2 pi r. Then how to write in C++? 2 star 3.142 star r. Isn't it? Then pi r square 3.142 into r into r. See, we already discussed this in a program. Calculate area of circle. Either you can go for this method or you can use POW function. Or how to write this? 3.142 into POW of r comma 2. Isn't it? POW is an inbuilt function. It belongs to math.h header file. So it is a base part and it is index part. So how does it work? R to the power of 2. R to the power of 2 means r square. Pi r square. Either you can write this way or you can write in this way. Next. B square minus 4ac. How to write in C++? You can use power function POW comma B comma 2 B square minus 4ac. You have to put parenthesis here. 4 star A star C close parenthesis. Understood? In this way you have to write. And one more. Minus b plus square root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. How to write this expression in C++? I'll write here. Minus b plus sqrt of b square. I'll write b star b square. I'll write in a parenthesis. Minus, so I don't have space there, I'll write here. I hope you have written this. All of you write this. Conversion from mathematical expression into C++ expression. How to write the heading? Conversion from mathematical expression into C++ expression. So how to write minus b plus square root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. I'll write here. Minus b plus sqrt of b square b star b minus parenthesis 4 star a star c 4ac. So square root close. Square root aitu. Whole divided by 2a. Isn't it? Whole divided by 2 star a. This is the way to write that expression. Nodi, minus b plus, instead of square root symbol you must use sqrt function. Sqrt open parenthesis b star b. B square can be written as b star b minus 4ac. It should be in a parenthesis. 4ac. In mathematics it is understood, if not no symbol is there, it is a what is that, multiplication symbol. 4ac adra madhye enu illa andre multiplication. Here explicitly you have to mention star operator. Then the 4ac. So this is square root close and this is whole divided by 2a. And one more expression, another expression, square root of s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c. How to write in C++? How do we write? sqrt of s star s minus a star s minus b star s minus c close. This is the way to convert elementary mathematical expressions into C++ expression. Rules for naming identifiers. Write down all of you. Rules for naming identifiers. See, we all familiar with identifiers. What is it? What does it mean, identifiers? Names which are given to various programming elements, we call it as identifiers. So far we have given names, we have given our own names to variables. We can name functions, structures, classes, variables. So various elements, for various elements we can give names, but till now we discussed and we gave name for only variables. You all familiar with variables. Variables are nothing but they are memory locations, isn't it? So they represent a memory locations, and the name of that memory location we call it as identifier. Both variables and identifiers same. The way of presentation is different. Variables anta bandaga you have to concentrate on the memory location. The way of presentation, memory, it represents a memory. Its value goes on changing during execution. The name of memory is called identifier. So, but we can't write that definition. So, we have to generalize it. Names which are given to various programming elements. ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸಿಗೆ ನಾವೇ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ನೇಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ? ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಫರ್ದರ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಹೌ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ನೇಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್, ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಚೂಸ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಟು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ದ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್? ಯಾವ ಥರ ನೇಮ್ನ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? There are some rules how to choose names for these programming elements. So first thing, it should not start with digit or any special character. Identifier always starts with the alphabets. First one, write down all of you. Rules for naming identifiers. Always identifiers have to start with alphabets or underscore, then followed by digits. Further you can give digits. For example, A1 is a valid identifier. Start with the alphabet, or you can give _2. In this way you can give name. So see, so far we have taken A, B, C, some area, R. We had taken those type of names for the memory locations. So you can take this type also, _2. You need to remember these points. It's very important thing. Rules for naming identifiers. First, either you can it should not start with the digit or any special character. ಅದು ಎದರಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು, ಡಿಜಿಟ್ ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು, ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು, ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಕೋರ್. Or you can write in this way. Always identifiers have to start with alphabets or underscore. Then it can be followed by digits. Understood? Second point. Spaces are here. I did not give example. No example. So one valid example I will give. Valid one. A1 is a valid. Invalid. 1A is an invalid. _2 is a valid. 2 _ is an invalid. Invalid identifier name. Second, spaces are not allowed. Spaces are not allowed. You should not give space for the identifiers. Example, valid I'll give first. Valid, invalid. Example for valid. A, B, C. Sorry, wait. A, B, C. Name itself A, B, C. Variable name itself A, B, C. I did not give space here. A, B, C. So don't get confused, they are not three different variables, it is a single variable. Another example for valid side. Sum of. Sum of is a single word. Invalid. Some space of. It is an invalid identifier. So you are choosing the name for some memory location and the name is some space of. It is not a valid, it is invalid. Okay. Next. Third one. No special characters allowed. No special characters allowed. Except underscore. Except underscore. So let us write an example for valid one. A ampersand. ನೋಡಿ ನೀವೀಗ ಒಂದು ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್, ಸೊ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಚೂಸ್ ಅ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ನೇಮ್. ಇಫ್ ಐ ಚೂಸ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ನೇಮ್ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಎ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಕೋರ್, ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಎ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಕೋರ್. ದ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ನೇಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಕೋರ್. ಒಂದು ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಹೆಸರೇನು ಎ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಕೋರ್. ಇನ್ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್. A ampersand. It is invalid identifier. So special characters are not allowed except underscore. One more example. Area. Here I'll give area ash. It's invalid. Next. Successive underscores are not allowed. Successive underscores are not allowed. Example, valid, invalid. Example 1, A B C. See, successive means continuously more than one time. If you give underscore, it is invalid. Here A underscore B underscore C. If I give A underscore B, this is invalid. One more example. This is invalid. Keywords are not taken as identifiers. Keywords are not taken as identifiers. example valid ಅಂದರೆ ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಯು ಆಲ್ ನೋ ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, all data types comes under keywords, some standard words. So those words you cannot take as identifier. Invalid. Integer. Integer I can take as identifier, but I can't take int because int is a keyword. Particularly it is a data type. Generally it is a keyword. So it is invalid. Real. I can take real here, but I can't take float. ಒಂದು ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ನೇಮ್ನ ರಿಯಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಆದರೆ ಫ್ಲೋಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? So you have to remember what are the keywords in your material. Keywords are there. So more keywords are there. They have given only some of them. While doing programs, you'll come to know what are the keywords. So far what we discussed, int, float, char, double, isn't it? And void, it's a keyword. Next, C++ is case sensitive. Case sensitive. Uppercase characters are different from lowercase characters. Example, SUM sum is different from SUM sum. For example, int sum. One more I'll take, int sum. So these two are different. One memory location is identified by sum and another memory location is identified by capital sum. So these two are not same. So these are the main rules to name identifiers. You have to remember these rules. I hope you have written this. You must write in your notes. Though you have a recorded class, you must write. And punctuators. Punctuators, comma, semicolon, double quotes, single quotes, colon, okay, then question mark. So they are all comes under punctuators. Write down all of you. And sometimes these characters also taken as punctuators. ಇವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ punctuators ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So apart from this, many more operators are there. So you have to remember, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ ನೀವು, punctuators ಯಾವ್ದ್ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ ಅಂತ. Next, so almost we have covered this chapter, introduction to C++ chapter. So some programs we discussed in this chapter. So those programs included basic data types, isn't it? int, float, char, double. On this we discussed. The next chapter we are discussing about data types. So what are the basic data types and how do we classify data types, basic and derived data types and user defined data types. In the next chapter we will study in detail about data types. Now let us do some programs on what are the knowledge we gained in this chapter. ಏನೇನು ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕಲ್ತ್ವಿ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲವು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ವಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್, ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ some more programs are there. Take down, write a C++ program, write a C++ program to calculate simple interest. Simple interest. See, what is the formula? PT, principal amount, time and rate of interest, PTR by 100. So total, how many variables are required? See, you have to analyze my question first. I am not asking how many inputs, I am asking how many variables, total how many variables are required for this program. You have to think and you have to analyze the answer. How many variables? Total 4 variables, because 3 variables for input and 1 for output to store the result. Okay, among 4 variables, to 3 variables we have given input and 1 variable for result. Let us start the program. Header files. We discussed general structure of C++ program. So in the text also I had given that question. So some lines and some part are optional. So while taking live classes I did not mention those optional parts. What are the mandatory parts I have mentioned. So, and I had sent the key answers I had sent. Once you go through that, how to write the answer, but the structure of C++ program with an example what I had sent in the answer key, you have to follow that. Though some are optional, that they are very simple, their comments I included there. Comments means they are the explanation about the sentences what we have written in the program. So those things you need to remember. Always program start with header file #include iostream.h #include conio.h void main void space main open close parenthesis open flower bracket. Better take relevant names to the program. I'll take floating type here. Float is a keyword and it is a data type. Data type space variable names, isn't it? Principal amount, to store principal amount I'll take P, or you can take the whole word. I'll take P. Time, I'll take time here. So always we had taken only characters. Now let us change the variable pattern, variable name pattern. I have taken character, here I have taken string, one word ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Time, R, rate of interest, and SI I'll take simple interest. To store the result, I have taken SI here. See out, after that we have to give a statement here. This is called external documentation. What we display on the screen, what are the statements we display on the screen to make user to understand what type of data user has to input. So such statements we call it as external documentations. If you write comments here, for example, I'll write a comment. This is the way to write a comment. Single line comment always start with a double slash. Declaration statement. Declaration statement. Comments are non-executable statement. They are the explanation about the instructions. Okay, they start with either double slash or slash star. For single line comment, double slash. For multi-line comment, slash, star, then star slash. Now enter principal amount, time and rate of interest. C in extraction P, extraction time, extraction rate, isn't it? By that name you have allocated memory here. So when you write this statement, what happened? Memory will be allocated. This is called declaration statement now. So what happens here? For P there is a 4-byte memory, for time also 4-byte memory, and rate 4-byte memory, SI here 4-byte memory. Now let us apply the formula here. Simple interest is equal to P star time star rate. How you have taken memory names, you must use the same case here. By 100 semicolon. See in mathematics, how do we write this? Whole divided by 100. In C++, we have to write a parenthesis here, but all operators are multiplication, no? That's why it doesn't make any difference though you give parenthesis. See out insertion simple interest is insertion. Where is your answer? Your answer is in which variable? SI. So SI semicolon get CH, function close. So let us analyze the concepts what we discussed in this chapter through this program. See, we discussed preprocessor directives and main function. This is beginning of the function, and this data type. So that is one of the C++ tokens, and identifiers that we discussed before, and names of rules for naming identifiers. We have followed these names, these rules. Okay. P, time, they are not, see, let us glance all the rules here. It should be start with the alphabet or underscore. Yes, all variables are start with alphabets, and it should not contain space. See, here only one character. Time, I did not give space here. T-I-M-E, time, it is a single word, comma. Rate, here also no space. SI, there is no space, and they are not keywords. Uppercase is different from lowercase. So in which case we have taken, we use the same case here. If you write R lowercase here, it is different from this, isn't it? So I have used same case here. Successive underscores are not used, I did not use there. And you can use underscore, it's option, it is left to you. Then output statement, extra insertion operator that we discussed, and escape sequence. One of the escape sequences I used here, that is \n within double quotes. If you want to display simple interest is the statement. If you want to display within double quotes, then how to write it? Double quotes. This is common. According to the rules, you have to write double quotes. What statement you want to display, it should be in a double quotes. I want to display this statement within double quotes itself. That's why \double quotes. Here also is \double quotes. So we already discussed now, in escape sequence we discussed this concept. So I have implemented here. Then what would be the output here? First it display enter, P, time and comma. What you have written, it will display here, rate. \n is there, cursor comes to next line. Then P, I have to input P here, I'll give 5000 here, and time I'll give 2 years, and rate of interest I'll give 5.5. Then SI is equal to simple interest, it will be internal calculations and calculations will be done. So what is the calculation here? Into 5.5 500 plus 005. 550 now. So it will display simple interest is everything within double quotes. So try to understand here. This double quotes is different from this one. This is backslash double quotes. I want to display this text within double quotes on the screen. That's why I have given backslash double quotes here. And within double quotes, this is rule. Is SI 550. In this way, it will display. I hope you understood this concept. So, this chapter will be over. It's over now. I'll give an assignment. Try yourself. Write a C++ program. Write a C++ program to calculate volume of cone. C++ program to calculate volume of cone. Try today itself, you have to try and send to my WhatsApp number. Thank you.